Hello everybody. Another video here from UK. I was watching the comments of my last video over at YouTube, and one of the subscribers, Maureen Fox, she made a comment that I actually answered already some of the questions, but seems like the people don't get it. What's the situation? What it is? What's going on? What is the processes that's going on into, and she asks so many questions, and I can't just answer a question like question after question after question under the comments on the YouTube. Simply, I don't have so much time to answer all the questions on Facebook and YouTube, and a lot of the people ask me to have an Instagram or to have a Twitter so they can have instant connection to me. It's impossible to me. Just you guys have to understand I can't be. I'm trying my best to answer some questions even when I am on the vacations out there. But I'm gonna read it. What she said. I'm gonna go ahead and try to explain into it what's going on. What is the story? What is that all about with me? And what I do, the way I do things. Hopefully, Maureen, you will be watching this, and hopefully this come to you and helps you on your journey, and you to find these questions inside of yourself, because somehow I believe that those questions are also inside of you. You're trying to learn about those questions. So here is the post. Dear, your videos are great, but why aren't you married and with your twin flame? Okay, why aren't you married? Married for someone else or married with my twin? I'm not divorced yet, so officially cannot be married because I'm not officially divorced yet. And why I'm not with my twin flame? The reason I'm not with my twin flame is she needs to work on her own realizations. I cannot be pushing her in any way to do her own realizations. If you don't know the story, I go ahead and look at it. And that is the part of that. Now, a lot of the people, they're looking at and still looking for the marriage. And I will tell you, for the marriage, what it is that the marriage is a word. We accepted it as a contract between a couple, which is they stated. We are in a marriage contract and we are married. Simply to satisfy the society to say we are married, and please, just so you know, I'm married. So this is how you tell the society you are in a relationship. And the word marriage is actually out of the equation now about twin flames. If you want to know about the marriage part, I will go ahead and you can go ahead and look at it for the vows. When the Jewish people get married, there is a special word, I cannot pronounce it right now. I was looking at the other day, where they vow to each other. They vow to be in oneness. So there is no this part of really of a contract, Zovet. The contract is between the two people that they decide to live together in a partnership. And the partnership is described in there, and that Jewish vows, if you want to take a look at it. And they're talking about how two people have to work both to understand each other, and they have to live their life in oneness. So the part of a marriage, we all have this part screws up from the society, because nobody told us that in order we to live our life, we need to be actually loving the person, not physically, not with our hearts, but deep inside of our soul of who we are as an individual, as how the higher self it comes into a marriage. And my twin flame has to understand this part. I'm not capable of telling her anything. I have no 3D connection with her. However, she has my phone number. So that is the thing about my twin flame. The second questions you ask. The reason I ask this is because you're giving us advice, and I understand divine timing, yet yourself aren't you with the twin flame. So how and why are you able to give advice to those when yourself aren't in union? Here is the thing, Maureen. People who complain about that I'm not in union and giving an advice about a union, they still don't understand that the 90% out of the twin flames, they need advice how to preoccupy on the journey by themselves, for themselves. And people like that, they're still looking from ego point of view. It's like you can't give us an advice for something that you are not. Just to remind you that a lot of the people who are in union or working with them within the union, they talking to me. And they tell me, Dio, could you tell this to the people? Could you tell that story? Can you tell that story? And the reason for that is that the masculine as a body, which is the man, have a two different positions. The one is a masculine body, a man who has a masculine power, and that is the part when you understand that is the rejections inside. It is the part, I know too much, you ain't going to tell me what I need to know. If I need something, I will go ahead and find myself. But when it comes to your soul vibrations and understanding that they also have a female part inside of them, those people there, like, I don't want to hear anything about it. I'm going to live the way I live, the typical masculine power inside of it. The other masculine power, masculine situations, that is when the person is a masculine, have so much feminine. That is actually the coward. The coward who knows what's going on. The coward who knows and understands how the things are, but never step up to the masculine power to go out in the public and explain and express themselves and say the things they want to be. And also they're cowards to tell their wives, their husbands, whatever situation is, because there was a people who are gay and they're like, Dio, can you tell this my gay story? And I wrote it back. Why just you not step up in your masculine and tell your story to the world? And this is why I advise people. I advise people from experience of the others, but also with the experience that I experienced through my own journey. How the people should be, because this is what works. This is how the things are of it. And people who said that I'm not in union and I should not give them advice, they misunderstanding a lot of things. Number one, they misunderstanding of the value of the informations. The value that somebody brings you something so you can go ahead and get unstuck. And to continue with this part, the people, they are afraid of getting like me in the front of a camera and tell the world what's going on. And I see that a lot of people on my YouTube channel, they make a comment, nothing particular against you, Maureen Fox. I don't even look at your profile on YouTube. But there is some people on the YouTube, all they do, they have a YouTube channel just because they have no video, they have nothing on it. But the posts and the comments what they make, it's like they know anything and everything under the sun. But these kind of people, they're cowards. If you know anything and everything under the sun, and you pretend you to know everything, why just not get in, making a videos, or go out on a Facebook, making a post, or go out and go to another country to see 2 3 people, spending a huge amount of money just to help people, just so you can get information about what's really going on, so you can benefit the world. And this part, a lot of the people don't understand. The other part of this is we're talking about the masculine as a body. Now we're going to talk about the feminine as a body. The feminine as a body, this is the people who they act as a man in a female body, and they think that they know everything. They can go ahead and achieve everything. They feel this power inside of them. But you look at it underneath the shell of it, they're afraid to come out in the public. They're afraid to even open their mouth out there in the public. And right away, those are the people who acting typically from the masculine part. It's like they think that instead of skirt, they're wearing a pants and they are the man inside. And that triggers them as more ego, and they see the part more of an ego standpoint and trying to control as a masculine everything. And when that part is triggered inside of them, the female part is triggered out of them, they acting from the masculine position. Like right away, it's like, you should not tell this, you don't know about it, you're not a professional, you're not this, you're not that. But when you look at those people, okay, those are the people who point fingers. They like to point fingers on anything. But when you look at it in their life, when they try to achieve any actions to benefit the society, guess what? Those are probably the worst cowards that can exist out there into the community, specifically in a spiritual community we're talking about. I call some of those people, those are secret agents. They know everything, and guess what? They never say anything to nobody. They do not help into it. The other part, that is the female with the female energy. Those actually the people who they understand everything. They know the journey. And those are the people who really have a hard time to express themselves of fear. And the masculine body has a fear of how it's going to be accepted by the society, how the thing is going to be working within the society. The female has the fear out of a judgment, how the other is going to accept it. I didn't worry when I become wide and openly, when I said that I'm in love with married woman, that she's pregnant. And I posted this on Facebook and YouTube. And people begin to judge me. And I told them, well, specifically I'm talking about within Latino community, because they're more, as a Catholic, as a religion, they judging me. And I was like, okay, well, if you are within religion and you're so talking to me that I'm doing something wrong, why just not go ahead and judge what happened to Joseph and Maria? Did Joseph accept Maria when she was pregnant with Jesus? Why you don't judge that part, but you judging me? What wrong did I did? That I telling the truth? And that is the part of a lot of the people have challenges, is that inner voice inside of them, that inner part deep inside of them, that keeps them guiding them, keeps them going on into. They just suppressing it. This is your soul. This is your higher self. If you don't express your higher self, if you do not understand your higher self, and you don't understand that you have to go and be your true self, you're not in a union with yourself. So the position about union It's if you look at it within a union between me and my twin flame, that is a your perspective of desire to be in a relationship. But if you look at it of union as a perspective that you need to unite yourself first before you unite with somebody else, you might be begin to thinking about a little bit different on this perspective to understand that you cannot unite with something you do not understand. And we're trying to help the 90% of the people of the twin flames who are not in the union. Because there is some people who are in a union, they're trying to help, they're trying to go ahead and do the things they need to do. But the reality is that a lot of the people who are in union, they are basically don't really work with for the community. Somehow they getting to the position of to get this benefits. I see that some of the statements out there. I got for this amount of time united with my twin. I guarantee you, you're gonna get it that way too if you follow me, or you have to do such and such in order to get to such and such. We're talking about programming. Each of the twin flames have their own part. And why aren't you yourselves aren't in union? I already answered this question of it. In order you to be a union with your twin, okay, put this inside of yourself. You cannot unite with something you do not understand. In order you to understand the feminine side, you have to become the feminine side. In order you to understand the masculine side, you have to understand the masculine side. This is why during the ignition period, that sparks inside of the soul, when the two meet, the one becomes the feminine, which is the opposite of the other one, becomes the masculine, and they begin to self-journey to learn the other side. And when they understand the other side, they're gonna missing their original part, their original feminine side, and the other will understand they missing their original part, and this is gonna bring this pool is gonna bring into back together, and this is a part of the final realizations that you're really twin flame. Their part is inside of the other person. You have to go back and get it. You have to go back and have this magical exchange to be back who you are, to be one. And that is the hardest part of union to understand and comprehend. The next question, not that your videos are unhelpful, they are just confusing for us who are watching. You all that give advice on the journey, yet you are not even in a union, okay? Here is the part again, you Maureen, focus on about the union. I just explained that part, the union. And you ask me again, why not? What do you think is my problem about why I'm not in union? There is two things inside. You have to be evolved pretty much enough to work on yourself, to do the inner work, to do this part of the journey of evolution that you're going to be ready for union. You can't be ready for oneness. You can't be ready for union if you don't work on yourself about it. And this is why we're putting all these informations for the people out there to get it. Most of the people there in this twin flame journey, and guess what? They don't tell their story, so the society have no benefits. They don't explain what they do. They don't out there helping others, and all this for the society look like it's a bunch of bullshit on the shell. And this is why the twin flames have to step up and tell their story. I mean, this is why the love story has been told over and over and over and over again. So you can go ahead and learn that if that love story wasn't told, what was going to be your experience from that love story into your life. And the part of we telling our story out in the open in the world through videos or to post on Facebook, it is about the society to understand that something goes on. The other people who are in the same situations to understand it's okay to be out in the public. It's okay to be who you are. It's okay you to express your real self. It is okay for you to learn and live from your higher self and say what you want to say in the front of the people without any fear that how the other is going to accept you as a man or how the other is going to judge you that you have a feminine energies inside of you, for example. And this is the part of people to do this. What is the problem in your TF journey that you are not able to come together yet? Well, you're asking the same questions over and over, and I told you the real realizations within the twin flame, Maureen. It is a very crucial and important part. I cannot make my twin to go ahead and search a post for a twin flame. She has to do on her own. I cannot go ahead and tell my twin flame, hey, you are really my twin flame. She has to do this in her own realization. I cannot go ahead and push her for a union. I cannot go ahead and tell her everything. It's her job to realize what she is. And this is what the reason is we are not together yet. Because if she realizes what she is, if she realizes how powerful she is, and she realizes how much benefit she can bring out to the community, that will trigger her to come to me. But that is not my part. It's in about divine time. A lot of the people want some answers from her to understand what is more it's going on. And I understand why a lot of people like you, Maureen, they need the feedback from her. But she needs to go ahead and overcome her fears. She needs to overcome her part of listening to her higher self. And she needs to realize the truth. And that part, it's not belong to me. It's belong to her. The part that I'm doing, it is because I'm making those videos. Simply so the society can go ahead and see that there's nothing wrong you to be living of who you are. There's nothing wrong to make videos. There's nothing wrong you to spend countless hours on a Facebook, counseling others, helping others. It is okay you to cross countries and travel far away, you to help others or you to meet others like you, to gain information that benefits the community. It's got nothing wrong about that part. And to recap this video of it, it's that the twin flame union will take place when it's supposed to take place. And if you're one of those people who understands everything about a twin flame journey, I will suggest you that cross that bridge of little bit to benefit somehow the community while you telling your story, while you telling your own experience. Because most of the people, they need something to go on and evolve on their own. because if you reach a union, you will reach the union. But the union, it's gotta begin first within yourself. You can unite with the other if you don't understand the other, because it's gonna happen like what happens into the relationship. You understand this person from your heart. You're probably pretty okay on the physical, and you decide to get married. But you never understood who that his higher self or her higher self is. And when her higher self begin to, well, I thought you were like this, but you're acting differently. You discussing me about this and this. I don't like these problems. And here you go, the ego inside tears that relationship apart over the years. And you end up living false lives, living false things. And the female that it's a with female energy inside of it, she stays low, stays in the side. She's like, I will be in this relationship because of my kids. I have to focus on my kids. I will go ahead sacrifice myself. I will go ahead punish myself for it. I got married for this man, and I will be unhappy to the rest of my life until you meet the twin flame. And then what happens is you get that switch, and all of a sudden it's like, I have a power now. I can give hate. I love this person. Now I understand what real power and love is. But guess what? I'm married. Now I have to go ahead and change completely my understanding. Now I have to understand the masculine part, to take my own powers, to become my true higher self. Because as a feminine energy and a feminine body, there is no this masculine power to empower your higher self into to embody the soul in full. And during this process, you change. You get this higher powers, and then you find out the way you to create an income, so you can be living okay. You can have your kids. You can separate, and you to live life by your higher self, uniting yourself now, your higher self within your body, and then the union can go on in the process. So the most of my videos is about helping this process, this overall change. For the man, actually, who is typically masculine, he's the one in control and always running. He's trying to steering what's going on with the female, to tell her what to do, what to cook, what's going on, how to be. He controls everything into the part. And all of a sudden, he's demanding. And when his demands are not met, he go ahead and he gets angry, aggravated. He probably, some of them get physical on it. And they don't understand what's going on until they go ahead and they meet their counterpart. And so now through this boom reaction, they get the feminine part. And when they get the feminine part, they're right now, shit, what happened to me now? I used to swear a lot. I used to talk a lot of bullshit. I used to go and drink. I used to go do this and that. I used to watch the other women's. I used to want to be with other women's. Now what's wrong with me? And this is a process right now. You understand the other side, how it feels like. And the man now feels like the feminine side inside of the man feels like, I can't be anymore with this woman. I can't touch her. And I need to live better life. And the feminine side right now helps to slow down this process of embody the higher self into. You do that realizations as a process. And then the masculine comes in and help to separate, to live the truth again. And this is how you prepare on some of the cases for the union. But again, you have to unite within yourself. And that is a journey that I'm trying to help a lot of the people despite of what's going on. And to give it an advice of what you need to do, how you need to do it, I look in it from my own experience, and I also look in with the experience that I have with the soul connections that I am, because eventually you understand I'm not with my twin flame, but I have a destiny to do, and that part of destiny, it's actually you to do everything despite of anything. Destiny is a destiny. You have to do what you have to do. I'm so satisfied with what I do for the community, specifically about the twin flame community. And about my twin flame journey, my twin flame journey is gonna be my twin flame journey when she's ready to go ahead and come back to me. She will be, but that is a her part, not me. A lot of the people think it is about me. It's about me, and that is the ego part. So it. So when we kind of come together with my twin flame, well, that is up to her. It's up to divine time how they can help her, so she can be understanding of what's going on. She can realize what's going on. It's not about me. I have to work on my own self to go ahead and bring this balance inside of me, unite myself with the higher self. And now I'm ready for union. I feel I am completely ready for it. There's a few more steps to go to it, but that's the part. So it. Maureen Fox, would like to thank you for your questions, which is they were pretty much the same thing yet, but I really appreciate it. I hope that video answered your questions, and looking forward for your comments. Be love.